What is up, everyone? Welcome to Rally Room Spoilers with Paul, bringing you the latest on Big Brother 21 live feeds. Okay, so we had a lot of stuff happen in the past 2 days. I'm going to focus mostly on today, a little emphasis on last night as well. I have a lot of complaining to do towards the middle to end of this of this video. So hold off on that. I will be complaining about Christie a little bit and complaining about Sam, but so hold off. So first off, we'll talk about last night. Seems like Nick and Bella wanted to kind of like had a conversation when they both realized that, hey, maybe I think Kemi staying here is actually better for our game. It actually would be better if Kat left over Kemi. So like they were kind of trying to convince Christie not to backdoor Kemi, and Christie seemed pretty open about it, and at first, and then eventually, Jack kind of talked. I believe Jack and Jackson kind of talked her back into backdooring Kemi, and that was last night. That's very brief, by the way, because a lot of stuff has changed since then. Unrelated to unrelated to. Also, Jack now thinks that Nick is like going after him or whatever. So that's a thing. So anyway, let's just jump to this morning. So Cliff wakes up. Cliff has his notes that people on Twitter are calling Cliff Notes. Oh shit! I just got that. Cliff Notes. I never actually said it out loud. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, so yeah, so according to Cliff, Sam told him that he was going to use the veto on him, which we all know, at least as of this morning, that was true. Cliff and Nicole are have each other's backs, like no matter what. So that's something that Cliff was talking about. He thinks that him and Nicole are the two. Is the one that he's closest to Nicole in the house, is what I'm trying to say. Cliff thinks that Jackson and Catherine are close in the game, which is absolutely not true at all. So it's just funny to see like what people in the house are like perceiving that aren't in like this main big like alliance or whatever. So it's interesting because we who watch the feeds kind of have an idea. Well, we know we basically know what's going on most of the time, unless there's something that's not shown. He doesn't think that a large alliance has formed, but he's seeing like budding things kind of forming, which he's also incorrect about. Large alliances, I mean, a Big Brother, large alliances always form like right in the beginning. He also said this quote, which again, this is Cliff. He's not going to throw his game to create drama, but acknowledges that drama, end quote. But he acknowledges that drama is definitely a part of the game, which is, it's an interesting thing. Okay, so now I want to talk about a conversation that Christie had with Kemi, which apparently a lot has happened from that conversation. It kind of butted some other drama with Jack and Jackson and Kemi and Catherine. I don't know, but anyway, so Christie tells Kemi, there's going to be Sam may or may not use veto. We're not sure yet, but if he does, I'm thinking I'm either going to put Ovi up or you. Basically, is what she flat out said. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, she's pretty upfront about it, but she seemed to maybe emphasize more Ovi than her, probably to just cover her ass, honestly. Which at this point, at this point in the game, Kemi was still getting backdoored, which has changed since then. By the way, I want to emphasize, Christie has changed her mind about the backdoor plan for Kemi. Like that is coming up, so this is like some big news, So that's something that happened. Also, apparently things got around the house about how Jack has an alliance with everyone. Like for those of you who did not see my update video the other day talking about Jack's like 30 alliances in the house, link is down below. But yeah, they blew up in his face basically. Like everyone kind of knows that he's like working with everyone. Like no one really knows for sure like who he's closest with, and it's kind of a little sketched out, and Christie's a little sketched out. A lot of the girls are sketched out with Jack now. I mean, like yesterday there was some like I didn't really talk about this, but yesterday it was more like Nick who was kind of on the outs, but now it seems like it's Jack who's on the outs, like in like the main alliance. So like honestly, I don't even know if I should even take this seriously or not, because like things just keep moving. like, oh, we shouldn't trust Nick and Bella yesterday. I didn't get into specifics about that. I think they're good. I think they're fine now. And today it's like, oh, we don't trust Jack and Jackson because Jackson's working with Jack, and it's absolutely insane. I mean, probably justified because Jack was making 30 alliances, and I knew it would blow up. I didn't think it would blow up like 2 days later, but when you have 30 fucking alliances, it's gonna blow up. Like, what did he think? Like, oh, I'm just gonna make yeah, I'm just gonna solidify a 5. So if I don't 9, just want to be safe. A 5-person alliance with you. You can't do that. Make one alliance, dude. 1 5, or wait a few weeks. Jesus, it's 15 people still left in the house. Lord. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of people in the house are kind of sketched out by Jack. There was a Jackson and Jack talk. Apparently, during that Cami Christie conversation, she mentioned a conversation she had with Jack about how he was not working with Christie or Jackson, and and then somehow Christie told Catherine about something that happened with the conversation. And then again, this is all, I didn't watch all of this. Like, I'm watching them talk about it because this is like 6 conversations. He said, she said, he said, she said, and apparently then Jackson and Jack call like Catherine in the room because apparently Catherine told Jackson what Christie told Kemi, from what Kemi told Christie about Jack. Yeah, a whole lot of confusion there, and apparently there was just a miscommunication with Catherine. But this was like a 30-45 minute conversation, and it looked important at the time, but ended up not being. So yeah, Kemi talked to Christie about a conversation she had with Jack about him not working with people. And apparently, according to Jack, this was somehow facilitated by Nick in an attempt to like backdoor him. And this is all like going boom, 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 bananas, But yeah, it was at the end of the day, it was just a miscommunication that Catherine heard something, and I don't know, man, it's crazy. So then Holly and Kat were kind of talking about that confrontation that Jack and Jackson had with Kat, and honestly, Jack was like very like aggressive during that conversation. He's like, "Well, what was said? What was said? What was said?" Like he was being like extremely aggressive. And yeah, and according to Holly and Kat, Bella and Nick are trying to stir something up with the plan regarding Kemi, which was true, actually. Then Holly tells Kat that Kemi's staying is better for both of their games because she has no one anyway and could get them on their side. Again, this is people saying that, hey, we don't want Kemi to go. So this is Holly and Kat saying that, which I'm not sure why Kat would say that because she's on the block. Like if it's not Kemi going home and she's on the block, it would be you going home. Like I don't understand. Holly wants Nick to go on the block instead, but doesn't think they have the votes. And just I don't know. And now both are saying that Jack is incredibly hot-headed and arrogant, and think Jack and Nick are both power hungry, and there's a struggle. And then there is an internal struggle because Nick wants Kat gone because Kat's a number for Jackson and Jack, whereas Jack wants I guess now he wants he's always wanted Kemi gone, but now he might want her gone more because Kemi is a number for Nick and Bella. So there's already like power struggles in their alliance, and it's not really like legitimate anymore. I think honestly the alliance is blown up. I honestly believe unless they reconvene and like have a conversation, which it looks like they did have kinda, but like everyone's working their own angles here. So. Yeah, so they actually did reconvene, a few of them, Bella, Sam, Jackson, and at least Nick and Jack. They reconvened to agree they were voting Kemi out. From based on that conversation, it seemed like Nick and Bella still don't want Kemi to go on the block. And they're basically like, yeah, if Kemi goes on the block, we will vote her out, basically. But he's like, saying even if it's not Kemi, if it's someone else from outside the alliance, that's fine too. I don't care who goes. as long as they go. And Jack kind of had like a subtle, like, again, it was very easy to miss. Because Nick was talking about people that he wanted to go in like the next 2-3 weeks. He's like, yeah, I don't remember the specific names he said, which is kind of irrelevant. He was saying like, yeah, Kemi, then maybe Jessica, Ovi, and then Jack kind of says, oh, and then me. And I don't think Nick even realized that he said that, because like there was like no like response. But yeah, Jack, that was like a very subtle jab, being like, yeah, I know what I know. Well, he doesn't actually know, because Nick wasn't trying to get him on the block. So Jack was just kind of overreacting regarding Nick, because he's like, oh, well, Nick wants me gone, but no, he doesn't. Honestly, I think I know maybe people might disagree with me. I think Nick and Jack are both like checking themselves right now. They both realize that they were like, Nick was too aggressive yesterday, Jack was too aggressive today. Now they're kind of just taking a breather, because based on a conversation that that Jack had with Jackson at the end of this video that I will talk about. All right, now on to the big drama. Crybaby Christie. Okay, so Christie is in a room with Tommy. She's basically like, hey, I'm really worried about backdooring Kemi. And she's worried about people telling her what to do in this game. And Jack's really like pulling her arm to backdoor Kemi, and she doesn't feel like it's her move. She does not want to backdoor someone the first week. She says it's too much blood. And Tommy agrees. Tommy agrees with her. She's like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Then Nicole walks in, and she's kind of brought into the mix. A few other people walk in. Jessica walks in. Annalise walks in. Ovi walks in eventually, but he steps out because he realizes it's more of like a girl talk thing. So Christie doesn't want to backdoor Kemi anymore, but she's worried because she has to talk to Sam. She doesn't know if Sam like has 100% intention to use it, so she kind of just wants to collaborate with him a little bit. And mind you, she's crying the whole time, like she's going crazy. Like there are tears down her face. She's like, I'm tired of Jack telling me what to do in this game. Like I don't trust him anymore. I don't know what the hell exactly happened. I guess it was, man, it's just crazy, because yesterday it was Nick and Bella that were kind of like on the outs. Now it's Jack that's kind of on the outs, and Jackson. I think Christie. Well, she's a mess, but it's fun to watch. But I don't take anything she says at face value anymore, honestly. So she wants to tell Jack, not Jack. She wants to tell Sam not to use the veto. That's her plan right now. So after crying for about an hour, and it was like a solid hour basically. Earlier today, I would say maybe like 5-ish, maybe their time, or around that time. So then she goes to Sam. She brings him upstairs. Again, this is when everyone's like thinking like on Twitter, oh, okay, the veto's not going to be used. Kemi's not going to be backdoored. Great, great. And then Sam has a conversation with Christie, and oh boy, you know what? Like, look, I like Sam as a person. Great guy, fantastic, humorous. He has some vendetta against Ovi. I don't understand why. Like, I remember, like, in my other video, I talked about it a little bit, how Sam definitely wanted, like, Ovi gone next for sure. And he brought him up, like, maybe a little more than was necessary about him leaving. And there was a whole bunch of other stuff happening with Ovi, like, that's not game-related, too, which maybe I'll talk about at the end, because Jesus Christ. Anyway, so... so Sam talks to Christie, and Christie's crying again. She basically says the same spiel that she said downstairs to the girls and Tommy about, hey, I feel like Jack's pulling my arm in this game. I don't want to have backdoor Kemi, or I don't want to backdoor anyone the first week. I don't think it's right. And somehow, okay, so here's what Sam says. I will give him credit. He does say, "Hey, are you saying you want to backdoor Jack?" And Christie says, "No, that is not what I'm saying." And Sam says, "Okay, if you did that though, you would have my vote if you did that." And then once he realizes that she does not want to backdoor Jack, he says, "Okay, how about I already promised everyone that I was going to be using the veto on Cliff. I already told Cliff I was. I already told Kat I was. I can't really go back on that now. It would look really shady for me. So, let's go 50-50 here. How about you put up, I use it and you put up Avi instead, a nice middle ground, so I still get what I want. You still kind of get what you want." And Christie agrees with that. So she's going to, okay. So here's me complaining. What the fuck? I don't want to backdoor Kemi because I don't want to backdoor someone week 1, she says. "Oh, but yeah, I have no problem backdooring Avi because why? I don't understand. Like, it makes no sense at all." She's like, "Oh, I'm so worried about backdooring Kemi. I'm so worried. I'm so worried. I'm so worried." "Sam, how about you backdoor Ovi? How about you backdoor Ovi?" "Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I feel so much better now. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders." And she was like talking with like Jessica and like Annalise about it. She's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to backdoor someone. I'm really happy. I don't even know if Sam's going to use the veto, but if he does, I'll just put up Ovi and Ovi will go. It's fine." And she's like, "Oh, what a weight lifted off my shoulders." Like, what are you talking about? No weight was lifted off your shoulders. No weight. If you said you didn't want to backdoor someone, that is. Sorry, I don't know what the hell just happened with my mic there. I just had to mute it and unmute it. Sorry, I don't know if there was like a noise popping up there, but if there was, it should be gone now. So yeah, so. All right, so. Yeah, all right, so there's some stuff with Ovi. So Christie wants to backdoor Ovi now, and I don't understand. I really don't understand like what her perspective is. She said she doesn't want to backdoor someone, and then she backdoor someone. Do you know who she could do? Do you know what she could do where that wouldn't be a backdoor? If she put Jack on the block, that would not be a backdoor. Do you know why? Because Jack played in the veto. So she here are two people she could legitimately put up that would not be a backdoor. She could put up Jack or she could put up Nicole. If she does not want to backdoor someone, those are two legitimate people you can put up that would not be a backdoor. And honestly, based on the last hour of her crying, you'd think she'd want to put Jack on the block. But no, somehow Ovi gets thrown under the bus. And it's actually interesting because while this conversation is happening upstairs with Sam and Christie, Ovi and Jessica are talking downstairs like a little bit. And Jessica's like, "Hey, I think if the veto's used, like you're going to get put up." And Ovi's like, "Oh, shit, really?" Like, again, this was like Jessica's intuition. Like, this was like third sense, like sixth eye, pretty crazy how she just like knew that. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. All right, so let's talk about. By the way, I'm like holding my mic now because I don't know. It was like making some noise or something. Again, I apologize if there was any noise. I apologize for that little like 10, 15-second pause. So then, Sam, also following that conversation, Sam leaves it vague on whether or not he's going to use the veto or not to Christie. He's like, "Yeah, maybe we'll reconvene like right before." And Christie actually prefers that because she's like, "Okay, I don't want to be put in that responsibility anyway." So it's actually a weight lifted off my shoulders, like not knowing, so I don't have to think about it. But she's like, if it is used, it is going to be Avi on the block, which is a backdoor. But what do I know? What do I know, right? What do I know? I'm just watching. All right. Anyway, so immediately after that conversation, Sam talks to Kat, and he's like, "Yeah, I talked to Christie. Now she's saying like she kind of doesn't want like the veto used, but I'm gonna I don't care what she says. I'm gonna use it like no matter what." So Sam is using the veto no matter what. So I mean, at this point, Avi will be getting backdoored. Like I want to like somehow like like have like a mind link with Christie, like somehow, and say, hey, putting Ovi on the block is still a backdoor. Like really want to like have a mind link here. Is what it is. Serenity Q26 in the chat says, I heard what happened, but did they actually show Ovi touching someone? And if so, in your opinion, did you find it inappropriate? No, I don't think I don't think it was inappropriate. I think it was just like he was like everyone in the house is touchy feely, so Ovi was just kind of like trying to be touchy feely too, and people were just taking it the wrong way. Apparently, I mean, people like cuddle. Like Nick was cuddling with like a million people yesterday. Like no one talks about Jack. Donzel Williams says Jack is a racist ads. I think you meant to say ass, but maybe. I don't know. All right, so yeah, so Avi, yeah, I mean there was some drama with Avi like touching people, and but that ended, and now apparently people are upset with Jack for like fat shaming Ovi or something when he was working out. He was like making fun of him or something. I don't know, man. Like I don't know what is wrong with this with some of these people. It's just not. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. I mean, he's fucking working out. Literally in the middle of working out, he says this. Like, hey, Ovi's working out. Better like shame his body. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, literally you work out, to get a better body. Like that's the whole point. Like, whatever, Jack, whatever. And apparently the girls, that's also one of the reasons why the girls are not happy with Jack now. So again, yesterday everyone was not happy with Nick and Bella. Today, no one's happy with Jack. And, and by tomorrow, I'm sure someone will be upset. Everyone will be upset with someone else in that main alliance. Probably with Christie, honestly. Probably with Christie for like backtracking on this backdoor thing. So, it's going to be, it's going to be a hell of a week. All right. So anyway, so Jack actually has a conversation with Jackson. Jack's kind of feeling the tone of the house. If that's the case, then it's such a race thing. So sad that as everyone wants to make it to the end, live alone. We will be missing Ovi. You can't pull a major campaign out. You're about to say. I mean, I don't know if Ovi's going to leave yet. Like again, things could still change last minute. We don't know when the veto ceremony is. Christie is a total mess. So that's why I'm not like this is just what's happening now. That's all I have to say. This is what's happening now, and that's it. So Jack and Jackson talk outside, and Jack is worried because he's like, I think I've been playing. Jack acknowledges that he's been playing too hard, and he's like, he thinks he's been, whatever, and he thinks Nick has somehow convinced Christie to backdoor him, and he's like, if I go, I go. It's my time. Like I kind of get it. And Jackson's like confused. He's like, what are you talking about, man? Like you and Christie are still good. I mean, they're not good, but he's not getting backdoored at least at this point. Jackson's like reassuring him that he's fine, and like he's wondering if Christie can even be swayed to not put up Kemi, or Sam could be swayed not to use the veto. And Jack's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like relax the next couple of days. Like I'm not gonna try to push people to do anything because I realize that's what I've been doing the past couple of days, and it hasn't been looking good for me. So again, like Jack acknowledged like his like mistakes in the game, which I think is important to do and to adjust. It could have costed him if someone flat out told Christie to just backdoor Jack. Like that could have it could have really like affected his game, but apparently Ovi is getting backdoored instead. So whatever. Also, the same thing happened with Nick. Like he's like, yeah, I realized I was maybe pushing a little too much. This was a separate conversation that he was having with Sam, I think. He's like, yeah, I was pushing too much. I just want to like chill. This was based on his actions from yesterday. So again, Nick and Jack are both kind of like checking themselves about playing too hard. So Bella talks to Kemi and Nicole. So they don't know. Bella and Bella's like, Bella talked to Christie after that conversation, and she's like, yeah, I don't know if the veto is going to be used anymore. And then Bella goes to talk to Kemi and Nicole, and she's like, and she tells them that she doesn't know if it's going to be used now. She does not think it is, but if it is, I don't think it's going to be any of us. So she's kind of like reassuring Kemi now. And Christie goes outside and tells Annalise and Jessica that Ovi is going up, and that she would want Ovi gone, while still doing this feel of I don't want to backdoor someone this week. That's why I'm not backdooring Kemi. All the while, like I don't think she realizes that, hey, you're still backdooring Ovi. Like I really don't think it's registered in her head. Pretty crazy. Choop says, "Hey, can I ask a question?" You may ask a question, Choop, if you get to this in time. So yeah, so that's basically what's happened in the game today. It means a lot of crazy stuff. So this was a fairly long update, longer than I usually do. Here we go. So Choop asked, a lot of people are talking about people saying race things and a lot of drama on BB. What happened? I don't know where to find live feeds. I don't want to get into too much of the race stuff. I don't. It's if it's not too game related, I don't want to talk about it. Plus, it's the end of the video anyway, and I already rambled on for too long. I might talk about it a little bit on the next video, but like there was like some concerns about race, like how some of the first couple of house guests that are targeted are, or minorities. So yeah, I'll talk about it more next time. On my fault, brother. Yeah, so that's how it is right now in the game. Jack's kind of like on the outs. Christie's crying like crazy, and the new plan is the backdoor Ovi. Crazy week, crazy day rather. It's just been a day, just been a hell of a day. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot to me that I'm able to update you on what's going on. Please like, comment, and subscribe below if you enjoyed the video. Again, I know I rambled on for a long time. I'm kind of here and there, but a lot's going on, so just trying to keep you all posted. Yeah, I'll be doing another one of these either tomorrow or Monday. Honestly, whenever Veto is used or not used is when I'm going to do it. Also, I want to remind everyone that there's still a power out there with the activity comp, and like Cliff could have it, Ovi could have it, Nicole could have it. There's still like an option here for something crazy to happen that even we don't realize. But we'll find out Sunday in the episode who wins that. And I'm actually kind of hyped because like it's having things we don't know as live feeders is kind of like whatever, like it's like I'm shaking because I want to know everything. All right. Yep, gonna end it here. It's been about a half hour. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.